welcome to another book vlog. There's a park. I'm at my brother's crib right now. There's a park across the street from his crib, so I'm definitely gonna go there and read for a bit. I have finished 2 of my library books out of the 5 that I got. Because I got them just, I think today makes a week since I've had these books, and I've already finished 2 of them. But I absolutely devoured Honey and Spice, and I finished Mother's Instinct. We're obviously gonna do like a get ready with me in this vlog as well, because I'm looking crazy. I just did my hair, and I actually did it myself. I did start yesterday. It was The Holiday Mix-Up by Jenny Bard. It's about a waitress named Katie who's in love with another boy that works at the restaurant she works at, and then he asks her to, oh, can you like be my fake date for Christmas this year? And she says yes, but once she starts spending time with his family, she realizes she has feelings for his brother Mateo, and that's basically like the summary of the book. So, but anyway, y'all, let's get into this video. It's a beautiful day on this fine November 19th, 2024. I'll see how this goes. I really just wanted to show y'all my hair because I'm proud of it, and it's the first time I did it myself. Like, I didn't know I had this in me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know I could do this because I've always been the one to pay someone. Hair, come do my hair. Hair, come braid it. We are going to start the day with the Lord. Oh my gosh, I keep getting emails. We're going to start the day with the Lord, so let's just get into this. Get ready with me. Alright, I'm going to show y'all how much I'm struggling when it comes to the makeup product. She gave me this. It's like minted. And she gave me this Tarte concealer because I don't actually... Since my skin's not super bad, I don't really need foundation. And then I went and bought these eyebrow pencils, like these micro eyebrow pencils from NYX. And y'all, tell me why these used to only be $6 at the hair store. They are $11 now. Yes, I went and spent almost $40 just on eyeliner for my brows. Now I know what y'all thinking. I got the Steph Curry eyebrows, but really comes through for me every time. Y'all see a little nigga doing her makeup and y'all ain't say nothing? The fact that I'm putting my concealer and blush on before I even did my brows? Y'all, look what I did to my brother's jacket. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. Your time said I'm going down for you. If I hold me down like this, you won't start something. Got my name tagged. Fucking ass, freaking niggas don't have to treat her like the fuck. I ought to smack your mom. Busy fuck. I'm gonna be right back and put my little fit on. Alright, y'all, so this is the finished look. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Hey. It was a beautiful day outside, and I did enjoy being outside, but it was very hard for me to get a whole lot of reading in for one, and to film like a book review, because obviously that's a very talkative part of the video. So I waited till I got back, so that's why we're here. What up? And we're gonna get into this Honey and Spice book review that we're going to be reviewing today is called Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. She wrote this beautifully written Black love story about two students who fall in love as they're in university. And I literally devoured it, y'all. Like, I read this within, I think, 2 days. I think it took me like 2 days to read this. And this book isn't that short. Like, it's almost 400 pages, so it's like 350 pages, and I absolutely devoured it, like to the point where like I was reading 2 hours not stopping. This was my first 5-star read out of the entire year. I haven't had one book that I rated 5-star. Oh wait, no, I rated one more book this year 5-star, and I think it was The Rebound by Catherine Walsh. I believe that was 5-star, or maybe I rated it 4.5, I can't remember, but yeah. Finally got my 5-star read, and I absolutely loved it. But the story starts out, we meet the main character, who's named Kiki. She is originally from Nigeria, but she's in university she's in school. She's in university in London, this university, and she has a best friend named Amina, and Amina is dating the campus DJ named Kofi. He is also Ghanaian, and then Amina is also Nigerian like her, and then the love interest, Kiki's love interest in the book, is named Malachi, and he is also Nigerian. He has a podcast on her university's campus that basically gives advice to other young women on her campus about how to stay away from F-boys and situationships. Her podcast is called Brown Sugar. And so, yeah, basically, like, she's a leader on her campus in that way, and a lot of people take her advice. They tune in and listen to her weekly because she gives good advice about relationships and just romance, basically, at their university, but just in general. But she's kind of messy because she hides the fact that she's actually hooking up with, like, his name is Zach, but she actually hides the fact that they're hooking up, or that she has her own situationship going as she's giving the advice. So she's a bit of like a hypocrite in that way. And so yeah, like her and Zach keep their like little physical situationship a secret from the rest of the student body. They just keep it between them. And then one day at a party, they kind of like beef and have some sort of like falling out. And basically Zach tells her like, oh, you're not even that fine, like you're blessed that I even wanted you in the first place, because Kiki rejected him and she tried to like end their situationship, and he didn't like that. He's obviously really full of himself. So then her love interest, who becomes her love interest in the story, Malachi, sees this whole interaction happening at their campus party on Friday, which is called Freaky Fridays. He sees the interaction happening, and then he asks her if she's okay, and then like they get into a conversation, and then she's like, let's make him jealous. And so like he kisses her. Malachi kisses Kiki to make Zach jealous, and it does, but then the rest of the campus is kind of like, well, how is she kissing Malachi? How is she kissing Malachi and booed up? Oop. The whole campus is like, how is she kissing Malachi and booed up in the couple's corner when she's supposed to be, telling us to stay away from F-boys? Because earlier that day, she said on her podcast, Malachi is a player, like everybody needs to stay away from her. So all her supporters kind of stopped supporting her, and we're just kind of like, yeah, Kiki's fake, like how's she gonna tell us to stay away from the campus player? And the whole time she just wanted to be booed up with him himself, which obviously that didn't happen, but the public just doesn't know that. So that's kind of how they meet. And then once they start to have a conversation after they had kissed, they realize they have a lot in common, and like they really vibe and like sort of just mesh well with one another, and they just enjoy talking to each other and enjoy each other's company a little too much. So she kind of felt the vibe for a little bit through the story. Kiki then realizes she could use the situation with Malachi to her advantage. So even though the entire campus saw her kiss him at the party, she comes up with this idea of when they should just sort of like pretend to be boyfriend and girlfriend and pretend to be a real couple, so that way she can give real advice, but from both perspectives, a male perspective and a female perspective. And she also needs all the supporters she can get so that she can have a really, really thriving podcast, so that she can apply for this internship in NYU in the summer. And so like she kind of uses Malachi to sort of get more supporters and get people, you know, sort of buzzing and being like, oh, couple goals, we love them, black love, you know, get them to sort of be like the first couple of campus. And he agrees because Malachi also needs help filming a short film, because he's entering a short film contest, and he's actually that's actually his major in the story. Sorry, that's actually his major at the university. He's there studying film. So he tells Kiki like, okay, yeah, I'll do it, but I need you to help me with my film. Let's just interview a whole bunch of couples about their take on love and how it is being in love while being in college and the balancing of that and everything like that. So yeah, they team up and they start the fake date, but Malachi comes up with a plan sort of along with Kiki, and he's sort of like, even though we are fake dating, let's just, to make sure that it sort of looks real, make sure that we have chemistry, let's actually hang out as friends when we're out and about, so that way like it comes across looking very natural. So they end up hanging out, and we kind of basically see them have like a friends to lovers situation in the story, and it was actually really, really beautiful written. I love that even though everyone else thought they were a couple, they were really becoming friends through it. So it's like it eventually became supernatural. So as they continue fake dating, Malachi and Kiki actually start to hang out a lot because they kind of have to keep up with appearances. So they start studying together, eating together every day on the caf, going out off campus to like some of their popular like campus corner eateries and whatnot. And then they also she also has Malachi on her podcast, and she named, I forget what she named the series, but the series is named like, the series is named He Said, She Said. And so like it consists of like all episodes of when basically Malachi and Kiki are on her podcast, going back and forth, basically giving a male perspective and a female perspective of how it is to date while in college. And they also give like their real life examples when they're giving advice for their podcast. So as they fake date, they realize that they have a lot in common, and they actually realize how passionate each one is about their own dreams, goals, and own projects that they have going on. And they work actually very, very well together as friends. So even though they're friends, they kind of start to like have these feelings towards one another, and they actually both find each other attractive. So they kind of eventually start to like one another, and it was like really beautiful seeing that, because even though they're fake dating, their friendship was very much real. But I think both of them have like past trauma with relationships, past trauma with other people that impacted how they would act towards one another in their situationship, because it wasn't really a real relationship, but their feelings started to become real. So like it was some back and forth, but yeah, it was really beautiful way of seeing two people fall in love unexpectedly in a fake way, and then it becoming real. The tropes in this book are definitely friends to lovers and enemies to lovers, because I didn't really mention it before, but earlier on in the book, like Kiki and Malachi like beef, and they beef because like they can get under each other's skin, and like things. So like that's why I say they're enemies to lovers, and then they're obviously friends to lovers as well, because they were friends as they were fake dating. They became friends as they were fake dating. One thing I really loved about this book is that we saw like Kiki and Malachi's past trauma being brought in the story, and then it's still being relevant in the story, and being relevant to how they're interacting with one another. I really like that she drew those parallels together, because I do think that is a real thing. Like when you start dating someone new or you start hanging out with someone new, things that have happened to you in the past, whether it's traumatic or not, you may bring into your new situation. And so I like that the author did that, because it felt like a very real relationship. You know, I think that happens in friendships as well, but obviously they were friends at the time, but it can also happen in your romantic relationships. So let me tell y'all, the banter in this book was hilarious. So the author is obviously Nigerian herself. I'm not sure which tribe she's from, but I'm assuming she's Yoruba, because the characters were speaking it in the book. And yeah, the banter was just super funny, and it was also like Black British banter as well, because like I will hear like my man even say these type of phrases that were represented in the story as well. And it was just like a very full circle moment for me, even though I was reading it, because like now that I live in London, like I know all the like London lingo or whatever. Like I know it, you know, niggas around the SW16 be saying, you feel me? Like I'm paying very full circle moment for me while reading, and I really enjoyed that. So y'all can get like a sort of idea of the author's writing style and how romantic she is. I'm gonna go ahead and like read, I think, 2 passages from the book so that you guys understand why I love this author and this book so much. Okay, I'm gonna read y'all this little passage because I literally love how the writer expresses herself through these pages, y'all. Like, she is just so poetic at the same time. I mean, she's poetic not only within how she's wording everything, but like she's poetic within the story, and it's just so real. Like, and I love the representation. Like, oh my gosh, I ate this book up. Like, I ate it up. Page 336, she said, I knew that our argument was both of our insecurities colliding, that the mess wasn't the sum of us, the sum of our possibility. Just drop the mic. But basically what's going on in the story is that Kiki and Malachi have actually like kind of have beef at the moment. So basically they have a falling out because after Malachi confesses that he has feelings for Kiki, she kind of pushes him away and is like, oh, you're not really my boyfriend, and he gets really offended. So basically they stop hanging out because of this, and this is what Kiki kind of says after she's very sad about them not hanging out, not talking, not texting, basically just putting each other like cold turkey, because like it's kind of a breakup even though they were never really together. So yeah, so this is like Malachi's side, how he's feeling. And on page 348 he says, and the other day I burned plantain for the first time. I know it was difficult for me, but do you know why I burnt it? She says, tell me. He says, I was thinking of you. I got lost in thinking about you, and I forgot that I was even frying plantain. That's when I realized that I must be in love with you, like insanely in love with you. Oh my gosh. Do you know how much a man gotta love you if he out here learning the plantain? They understand. Like, absolutely loved the writing. I love this story. Alright, so I hope I've convinced y'all to pick up Honey and Spice. I feel like I mentioned all the honey parts, but there was a bit of spice. Like, there was a bit of, you know, the university students. So, you know what university students be doing? The adult activity. activities. Okay, so her new book is called Sweet Heat, and it's gonna be released July 3rd, 2025. And it does follow Kiki and Malachi as they're out of university and they're set in their careers, and as they're a bit older, but they have broken up at this point. So we kind of see them navigate that because they basically have to go to Amina, their friend's wedding. So yeah. Good morning, y'all. Wagwazdi. So today is November 20th, 2024 type shit. And we at the library. So I'm gonna go take the books that I read back today, and I wanna check out a few more because I realized I basically still have a month here, so I know I'm gonna be reading because it don't be much here for me to do. I'm getting some more books, and I think today I'm actually gonna try and go to this really historic library called Cathedral Books. It's in the inner city, and I don't know how I've lived in the DMV my entire life and I've never been here, but yeah, it's free to the public, so I'm gonna go see what I want about that. But then what's crazy is that like it looks stunning online, but they don't allow you to go upstairs, so I can only go to I can literally only go to only the ground floor of the library, but it's still beautiful and I kind of want to go there and take pictures. I have on my brother's Nike Tech today because, you know, a little nigga ain't bring no clothes, so yeah. Okay, let's just see let's see what the library hitting on today. So I've been browsing around for a little bit, and I did pick up a few books. I don't know how many I want to take home. To be honest, I don't want to take home too many because I already have two to read. So I might be done browsing, but they have an Emily Henry book, and so I want to try it. Hopefully it's a standalone. I'm gonna look it up, but I've been seeing her all over my TikTok and I haven't read any book by her like ever. But all the booktubers I watch like swear by her and love her writing, love her as an author, so I do want to read it. She seems more like a summer, like something to read in the summer, but I'm gonna go ahead and read it because like if I want to continue to read her books, and like I'll actually buy them. So that's one thing I love about the library is that like I sort of try out different books, different genres, different authors, see if I like it, and if I don't have to buy it and spend money. If I do, then I can go back and buy it. So it's like, yeah. But anyway, the library is like really quiet right now, so I'm kind of talking low. Hopefully y'all can still hear me, but yeah, it's been a nice time. They have like some really good picks. I feel like there is more books here today than it was last week when I was here. A lot more, so that's really good. I feel slightly overwhelmed because it's so many of them. It's like I don't even know where to start. And I think this is all I want to get because I already have two that I still need to read, and I don't want to want to get too many. So yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna get. I think I'm gonna go now. Hello, my little ones. So back here at it again. It's only 11, so I got up and at 'em pretty early. I'm really hungry and I have to pee, so I'm not gonna be in here long. But we are gonna go in here and go to the Peabody Institute, also known as the Cathedral of Books. It's right here in the inner city of Baltimore. It's so crazy because I've grown up in the DMV and I've actually never been in here. I have seen this building so many times because there's a museum that my parents used to take us to when we were little. It's called the Walters Art Museum, and it's like literally across the street, so I'm probably gonna pop in there just for like nostalgic reasons and of course curator in the making. So I got 4 books and I'll show y'all when I get home like what I got, and I'll tell y'all like the summaries and everything. But I kind of just want to read somewhere else that's like not home. I feel like I enjoy reading at home, I think, the most, to be honest, because there's like no distractions, and then like I get to control like what, if there's background music, if there's not, like I get to control the noise level. I feel like when you're out you can't control that, and I'm not gonna lie, it was very noisy in the library today. I don't know if y'all could hear, but they had like exercise classes because it was like senior day today, so like we could hear their music pumping through the wall of the library. And then in the actual library there was like a senior book club as well, and they were talking very loud. And then there were like librarians helping people on the computers and stuff. So it was actually like pretty noisy today. I was like, there's no way I can sit here and like read for time because it's not even quiet. So hopefully it's a bit more quieter in here. It's such a beautiful library that I see online, but one thing I don't like is that we can't go upstairs, but I still want to go in here and see it just to see Wagwizzy. So hey my little one, so I'm back home and I wanted to show what I got from the library. So I got 4 new books. I was getting nervous, like at first I was only on chapter 3 and I read 4 chapters while I was at the Peabody Institute. Y'all, hold on, let's go back to that. So that library is stunning, like it is so beautiful, and I hear like people legit have like their weddings there. Like it left as soon as it got busy. Like it was a lot of college students coming in, and I was like, yeah, immediately no. And there was like, they were filming like a commercial or something, and it started to get loud with a whole bunch of people coming in. So like I dipped like as soon as I saw that big group coming in, because I was like, now like my reading is disrupted. But yo, it was so quiet before all those people came in. Like it was so quiet, I could hear a pin drop on the floor. And I think that's why like I kept flying through my book, because I went there and I had only started like, I was only on chapter 3 and now I'm on like chapter 7. And y'all are probably like, girl, that's not even a lot of reading. But that's a lot for me, I think, because I was only reading for about like 40 minutes or so. And I'm a pretty slow reader. Yeah, I'm actually starting to like the book. At first I wasn't, but like Juan's family is actually so sweet to Katie. And her and Mateo are getting a bit, it's just a vibe there. So I don't know, I feel like Katie is like slightly a trash box for all of this, but like I like Mateo and I like his family. And Juan, I can't really tell if I like his character because he's literally in a coma, but if you know, you know. Let's just get into all the books I got at the library. Okay, so the first book that I got is The Love Script by Tony Shallow. This is another black love romance story. I'm super excited to read this. And the summary is basically like Honey and Spice, except the two characters are a bit older. Nevaeh Richards loves making those in the spotlight shine, but prefers the anonymity of staying behind her stylish chair, where no one notices her. But when a photo of Nevaeh and Hollywood A-lister Lamont Booker goes viral for all the wrong reasons, her quiet life becomes the #1 trending topic. So basically, like, Nevaeh is like, she works with celebrities, but like behind the camera. And then Lamont is clearly the celebrity, and then once they're photographed, people assume that they're dating. But instead of telling people like, oh, we're actually not a couple, they fake date. And then obviously as they fake date, they end up falling for each other. So yeah, I picked this up, and I'm actually most excited to read this. I think because I loved Honey and Spice that much, I feel like this will be a good one. And I'm loving all the representation that I'm getting in with all the books that I'm reading currently, because this one is about a Hispanic family. So then the next book I got is called Gone Again, and it's by Minka Kent. It's a thriller book, and I'm just reading it to you again. On her 40th birthday, Cecilia Guest has a reason to celebrate. She has a loving marriage, a beautiful Connecticut home, and treasured friends. Cecilia has everything she's ever wanted, but among the cards and well wishes, she discovers a disturbing note. You don't deserve any of this. Who could be so cruel, so resentful, so knowing? Then in the early morning hours, Cecilia vanishes without a trace. Suspicions and concerns rise among Cecilia's friends, her sister Genevieve, with whom she shares a fractured and troubling bond, starts to piece together a shattered life that Cecilia fled from long before. As a foundation of lies begins to crumble, a terrifying childhood secret Cecilia thought was dead and buried comes to light. So yeah, I don't know. This reminded me of Gone Girl. This reminds me of Gone Girl for some reason. And so, I don't know, maybe it's just Gone Away. Gone Again, I don't know. But this reminds me of that book, and y'all know I'm in my thriller bag. Obviously I got like romance books too, but like I've been loving thriller these past couple of months, so I wanted to pick this up. And then also, this is a very short book. Like, honestly, I feel like if I like it and I like the author's writing style, I know I could probably finish this within a day. So yeah, because I think it's only about, this book is only like 220 pages, so I know I could finish this pretty quickly. So this is Daydreaming Gold. Look at that cover. Like, this is such a beautiful cover. I mean, it's just stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. It's by May Senar, yeah. And so this synopsis is kind of long. Okay, so basically this book follows characters named Bonnie and Mansour who meet in New York, and they meet in like a downtown jazz club. And so like we follow their love story, and then their love story gets kind of scary because then I think the husband Mansour gets a job in Paris, and while they're in Paris, traveling to Paris, Spain, and Switzerland, like they're just traveling abroad, over in Europe, he vanishes like without a trace. Like the wife Bonnie just doesn't hear from him, and then his family is like confused on what's going on and like why he hasn't come home, why Bonnie hasn't heard from him. And so she gets really like nervous, obviously, and then I do believe she finds out that she's pregnant as well. So then I think that makes her more motivated to find out obviously what happened to her husband. So she takes it into her own hands to like basically finds out what happens to him. And yeah, I just want to own this book, and the author is also a Black woman. Last book I got is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I'm not even gonna give a summary on this because alright y'all, sorry, that's my pizza. I'm hungry. Your girl ate nothing all day. This is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I looked it up, and it says online that all of her books are standalones, but they're all like set in the same world. So I'm assuming it's kind of like Elsie Silver books. There are great things about Emily Henry as an author. Like she's constantly on my book talk. And so I thought this was a great way to like sort of get into her writing and get into her books, because I didn't necessarily, because I've never read anything from her, I'm like, oh, I don't want to just go ahead and buy the book and then like I don't like it and then I bought like all her books or a couple of her books or one of her books or whatever. So I feel like that's why I love the library, because it was like I'm able to get a super popular book by a super popular author, try it out, see if I like it, and then once I go book shopping, I can buy her books, like, you know what I'm saying, if I'm into it. So all the booktubers I watch swear by Emily Henry. So anyway, hopefully you guys have thoroughly enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed filming it. I had so much fun filming this video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to sub if you're not already a subscriber. And if you have your own channels, please comment it down below, because I love supporting other booktubers or other small creators. So yeah, once again, Simply Ivy here. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.